Hi, everybody. It's Jan Romano again. We are going to go through a little bit more about database functions. We are going to talk about sorting and filtering today. And basically, we are going to see what we're going to learn. We're going to learn how to do a simple sort and a custom sort. We're also going to learn how to do filtering and custom filtering. So this will be a short tutorial, and then you'll be able to practice. We are going to be using the same spreadsheet that we used before, and some of just the quick little basics that we went over before. We are starting with a spreadsheet, typing in the data. Why is this considered a database? Remember that there are no empty columns and no empty rows in a database. So you start off with a spreadsheet, you type the information in, you can leave some blank cells, but you don't leave any empty columns and empty rows. You also will type at the top what we call a header row. So a good idea is to just name, in this case, row 1, first name, last name, title, department, location. These are called field names, or we call this a header row. Then what we did in the previous tutorial is we turned our database into a table by doing insert table, and that allows Excel to bring up these arrows, which we're going to be using for sorting and filtering. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at sorting. And what is sorting? Sorting is putting the data in order. The data is going to go in order by a field that you want to choose. Now, in previous versions, a long time ago, you would have to highlight text. You're not highlighting anything in the database anymore. We are going to be putting our mouse in the column we want to sort by. Now, a simple sort is to sort by one field, and all the data in each record is sorted in whatever ascending or descending we decide to put that in. For example, this Anthony Miller right here is a record. This person is in the, let's see, administration department in Boston and is an office manager. And all that information about Anthony Miller will always stay together. It just may move up or down depending on how we sort. So we're going to go through sorting, and I'm going to shut my webcam off for a little bit. I'll come back a little bit later and check in and see how you're doing. And now we're going to just take a look at the screen. So again, this is our database, and the arrows are brought up because we turned this into a table. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sort this by whatever field we want. So let's say we wanted to put by department all of our people that are working in our company in order by department. So this arrow right here, I'm going to click this arrow. It's going to bring up this drop down, and the first two things that are at the top that I want you to look at is it sorts A to Z, so ascending order, or Z to A, descending order, and that's your choice. And I'm going to click on A to Z, and all of the data is now sorted by department. So accounting is first, administration, advertising is continuing down because it goes in alphabetical order. Do you remember our friend Anthony Miller here as an office manager in the administration department? He's now third on the list because we sorted by department. Now, notice the arrow right here. It's still a down arrow, but there's also an up arrow on this button because it's showing us that we sorted in ascending order. All right, what if I decide to sort by location? I'm going to, again, click this down arrow. I'll decide to put this in ascending order, so I'll click on ascending. And again, this sorts in ascending order. And Anthony Miller is first on the list now. Why? Because he's in Boston, and because we sorted previously by department, administration starts with an A, it tries to keep some sort of semblance of maybe the previous sorting. It doesn't always do a great job, but it certainly tries. Excel has been programmed to do that. And so now Boston is first, and then Burlington and Cambridge and so forth. So it goes in alphabetical order by location. But of course, Anthony Miller's and everybody else's record is all staying together. So now what if I wanted to sort a field that has numbers in it? And that would be, let's say, the hours field. I'm going to click the down arrow. And notice what it gives me this time. Excel is pretty smart. It knows that it's been programmed to know that there are numbers in that column. So it'll be sorting by what? Smallest to largest number, or largest to smallest number. So I'm going to do ascending, which is still A to Z, but this time sort the numbers from the smallest to the largest. So some people are working 35 hours, some people are working 40 hours, and you will see that they are all listed in order by their hours that they work. And let's take a look at where's Anthony Miller this time. Anthony Miller is down here because he works 40 hours. He's in Boston administration. That record still stays the same. It's just now been moved because it puts it in the order of the hours. So that's called a simple sort. A simple sort is by sorting by one field. You can also sort using what we call a custom sort. And a custom sort will be by multiple fields. And where are we going to find a custom sort? We're going to find a custom sort in the Data tab. We're going to find a custom sort in this Sort and Filter group. And this is the custom sort button. So notice there's an A to Z and a Z to A for ascending and descending here. Again, it always a couple of ways to do the same thing, but to do a custom sort, you do want to click on this button. Why? Because a dialog box pops up. It shows you the last sort that we just did. So we sorted by hours, but it gives you a way to add levels of sorting. So I'm going to first click on the down arrow, and let's say I want to sort by last name. But if the last names are the same, I want to add a level and sort then by first name, both in A to Z, ascending order. I'm going to click OK. So I want you to take a look. All of the names are sorted by last name in ascending order. If anybody has the same last name, so take a look at the Smiths, who will be first. Again, the first names will then be sorted after the last name, so Michael and then Sally. So that's a custom sort. A custom sort allows you to sort by more than one field. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to come up here to the Data tab. I'll come over here to the Sort button. This time I'm going to sort by, let's say, location, and then by department. Let me click OK. Oh, I can add a third one. Let's add a level. And let's say that we want to sort and see in those departments, in those locations and departments, who is making the highest wage, let's say. So let's do it by salary. And let's come over here on the right-hand side and let's choose largest to smallest and click OK. So it'll be in descending order by weekly salary as the last piece of our sorting. So the first piece of our sorting was location. So take a look, Boston is first, down to Woburn. And then in Boston, administration is first. Then IT is next. Then sales is next, because again, it first sorted by location, then by department. Well, let's look at the administration group for a moment. And then how was it sorted? It was then sorted by weekly salary. So in the administration department, Lori Chu is making the most money this week. She worked 40 hours. How about in the sales group in Boston? There's 3 people in the sales group. And who's first in the list? It's Michael Smith, because Michael Smith is making the most money in the sales in Boston. So this might be a time period. This might be, monthly, weekly. You can certainly set that up. We have no dates, of course, in here, but I just wanted to show you that you could do a simple sort. So again, I could sort by job title. So I'll click the down arrow and sort A to Z, and that sorts by job title. Remember our friend Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller is an office manager. So his job title is down under, in this case, the M. And so it is sorted in that way. Probably can hear my phone ringing in the background, so sorry. But I just wanted to show you how to do a sort and custom sort. So take a look where review a little bit about what we're just learning. So let me bring back my webcam. Here I am again, and just trying to review. So doing a simple sort, doing a custom sort. We are going to talk about filtering and custom filtering now. So let me go back to my worksheet, and I want to show you very quickly what filtering and custom filtering is all about. And then I'll come back and check on you in a moment. So this time we're going to use the down arrows again. We're going to filter out what we want. And what is filtering? Filtering is the way that you're setting conditions to display only certain data. I want you to understand that this is the full list of the database, but maybe I only want to see the sales department. So I'm going to click this down arrow right here again beside department, and instead of sorting, I'm going to come down here and look for, and notice that Excel gives me all of my field names. They all have check marks because they're all being viewed at this time, but I'm going to click on select all. All the check marks will go away. I'm going to go find sales and just click in the sales box and then click OK. And what do I get? Just the salespeople, the people that work in the sales department. And I also want you to notice way down here at the bottom, right above your start button, it says 3 of 21 records found. So 21 records are total, and there are 3 of 21 records found. Now that's a filtering. Now what can I do with this? I can print it like this. I can copy and paste it into a email or another worksheet like this. Whatever the reason is that I need this, I can see it now just filtered out. Now just remember, there may be times where you will be sharing a spreadsheet, and so there are other people who are in different departments or may need to use this. So when you're done filtering, a good way of clearing is coming up to data, coming over here to the filter is on, and then there's clear here, and we can clear our data. But I want you to notice that it was dimmed a moment ago. You always want to click in your data so that your ribbon buttons are usable. So I'm going to click on clear right up here on the ribbon in the sort and filter group, and all my data comes back. So let's say I want to filter out only the people that work in Boston. Again, I'll click this down arrow. This is just a simple filter. I'll click this button here for select all. The choices are here, so I'll choose Boston. Click OK. And here are just the people who work in the Boston location. Down here at the bottom, above your start button, is the 7 of 21 records. And now I know that I filtered this out. I also want you to notice the button beside location has a funnel on it. That's a picture of a funnel, which also matches on the data tab in the sort and filter group, the funnel button. So funnel means filter, and the filtering arrows we used, and you could just click this filtering arrow and select all and bring it back that way if you wanted to bring everything back, but I like the clear button. So let me do it again. I want to see only, let's see, what job title do I want to see? I want to see only the accounting managers. Let's see how many accounting managers we have. So I took select all and clicked on it and got rid of all the check marks. I clicked on accounting manager. I click OK. And there's one accounting manager. And where are they? They're in Cambridge. And so whatever I want to do with this data, I can print it. Like I said, I can save it, copy and paste it. But I may want to bring all the data back once I get whatever it is I'm looking for. So I come back up here to the data tab, the sort and filter section, and I click on clear, and all the information comes back. So that is a filter. Now there's also something called a custom filter, which allows us, and this will be the last thing that we do today, but it also allows us to put in a condition on what we want to find. So for example, maybe I'm looking for all the people who work less than 40 hours. So I click this down arrow once again on my table. Instead of going down here, I look right above the search box and I find number filters. So I'm looking for number filters and look at all these choices. Oh, less than. I can find numbers that are less than. So I'll click on less than. A window pops up. It says show the rows where the hours are less than, and I'll type in the number 40. I could click this down arrow and see if 40 was in the list. There it is. I could click on 40 as well. And now I'm going to click OK. Show me the rows where the hours are less than 40. Let's click OK and see how many people may be working part-time. Maybe less than 40 is considered part-time, so 10 of 21 people in this HR database are working part-time. So that is a custom filter. Notice I can come up here and click clear once again, and that is now brought back. So remember filtering, custom filtering, remember sorting and custom sorting, and this time we want you to practice. So I'm going to come back with my webcam and just talk to you a little bit about practicing. Practicing is really important. You want to practice what you've learned in small increments so that it is not too much information together at once, and you're conquering and mastering what you're learning. And I think that's very important, and it gives confidence as well. And we want you to be confident in what you're learning. So small amounts of information. So this was part 2, and I'll be back with part 3 in just a little bit.